Well, hello, folks. You join me here today on a very sunny Camel Trail between Bodmin and Wadebridge. I am on Grogley Halt platform, which, as you can see, is an old railway platform that's lost its railway. This used to be a single track branch line from Bodmin to Wadebridge. It was built in 1834 to supply sand into the fields, which are quite acidic around here. And therefore, the railway was built for a geological purpose. It wasn't really a huge success at supplying sand. So the sand was supplied from the River Camel at Wadebridge, and it was supplied to the fields on the fringes of Bodmin Moor. The reason the ground was so acidic was because the ground at Bodmin Moor is granite, and granite is naturally a very acidic rock. And the reason, the railway wasn't that successful. I mean, it did carry lots of sand, but it wasn't hugely successful in that role. But it was successful in another geological role. So shortly after the railway was constructed, China clay was discovered. And the China clay was discovered up on Bodmin Moor at Stannon Pit. And this railway, effectively for its entire life, was used to move China clay from Wenford Bridge up on Bodmin Moor and Stannon Pit, initially down to Wadebridge and then to sea, and then in the later years, once the railway was connected to the main line, down to Boscarn Junction and then across through Bodmin to the main line at Bodmin Parkway. Why have we stopped here? Well, Grogley is actually it's an interesting part of the railway. So the track bed that we're on now is used to be a junction. So you can see there was a branch that ran off that way. We'll explore that a little bit more later. That was the Ruthen branch. And where the halt is now was the main line. The original line used to go around the hillside, and this was effectively built as a contour railway. Latterly, they built this cutting, and it's that we're going to explore in a moment. But the reason I've stopped here is to show you this fantastic quarry in the side here. Can you see, if I point that up, that must be 30 metres up to the top there. And you've got the fantastic weathered rock. Sorry, it's very overgrown, so you have to look through the trees. But we've got the weathered rock profile, which extends down about sort of 4 or 5 metres. And you can see the action, particularly in that corner there, look, that the tree roots are having on the rock. And you can see how the tree roots from that tree above have broken up the rock down there and turned it into sort of cobbles, from intact rock into cobbles. And that's the damage that trees can do to rock. So a lot of people used to plant trees on soil slopes, but actually trees on rock faces are not very stable. Trees on soil slopes can give some stability under certain circumstances, where the tree is alive and where the soil slope is of a type that is not prone to sort of shrinkage or swelling. Tree roots can bind up sands and gravels and make them more stable. But here you can see the damage that the tree roots have done. And you can see down here, if I get this right, where are we? There are a number of fallen blocks just behind the trees there. You can just about make out a number of fallen blocks there that have come down off of the face. What we're going to do now is wander along a bit further and have a look at these cuttings, which are equally magnificent. There's another quarry there.